It is not a new Lancer evolution, well, there will never be another one anyway, but we are equally as excited for this. Indonesia's best-selling car has finally arrived in Malaysia, the Mitsubishi Xpander. We were supposed to go to Jakarta earlier this year to find out why this car is such a hit in Indonesia, but due to COVID-19, it didn't happen. But thankfully, our good friend Fitra Eri did a comprehensive review of the Indonesian spec Ultimate AT variant. And now, here it is, our very own, facelifted, locally assembled Mitsubishi Xpander. It is said to be better spec'd than our neighbouring countries. Just what is it that made it such a success?
It was conceived not in Japan but in Indonesia, developed for ASEAN countries as a low MPV people carrier. But for some reason, Mitsubishi Motors Malaysia calls it a 7-seater crossover instead.
And did you know Fitra was the first Mitsubishi Xpander owner in the world back in 2017?
As a new contender in the segment, it grabbed a huge chunk of market share. Even the popular Toyota Avanza was overthrown from the top spot as the best-selling car in Indonesia. That says a lot. In 1.5 years since the day it was introduced, it managed to sell over 100,000 units.
So this is a hugely successful product by Mitsubishi, and in my opinion, the looks itself is a winner already.
If you compare it against its direct competitor in Malaysia, which are the Toyota Rush and Honda BRV, it is the best looking in the class, don't you think? It is also highly potential to pimp up, just like the ones you saw from Indonesia.
It has a very unique look, as if it's been carved out from the box, in a good way and beautifully done. Just check out this end of the headlights all the way to the other. They both are extended straight out from the fender. But the dynamic shield design tapers in from the top with a very sharp and futuristic styling. All this together visually gives you a very bold and aggressive look. Now, you heard me right there, these are the headlights, not this, automatic LEDs. These are position lights, not DRL. I don't know why. DRLs are down here along with the scuff plates, which are fog lights as well. Now, other than the obvious halogen bulbs that are used for the DRLs, I think the front looks really good. Let us know what you think, comment below. The wheels are 16-inch with Toyo's new Proxys CR1 tyres. Check out the cameras on the sides. This car comes with 360 surround view monitor, which is said to be only available in Malaysia.
From the side, you can see how tall this compact MPV rides. That ground clearance of 205mm is 15mm higher than an Outlander and only 15mm lower than the Mitsubishi Triton pickup truck. So it is good to tackle mild obstacles and for during rainy season in Malaysia with a chance of flash floods. It might just save your day.
Now I know why Mitsubishi Motors Malaysia calls it a crossover. You know, MPV, SUV, put them together, stir fry it, and voila, crossover. Oh, and the floating roof design is a nice touch. Around the back, I do agree with Fitra though that the rear design doesn't look as aggressive as the front. But if you look closely, there is this dynamic shield design language right here. You get a shark fin antenna, a spoiler at the top, L-shaped LED combination tail lights, and a silver scuff plate to wrap it all up. Hey, I'm Fitra. We got black interior and black leather seats as well. I prefer black interior myself, not beige. There are some interesting design elements which is quite unique for a car from a segment like this. For example, you get these curvy designs on the dashboard with a silver carbon fiber accent panel. They have it on the doors as well. Stitchings all around this plastic panel. Well, of course they are plastic, so they expect Alcantara wrapped. I think they did a good job by not making the interior look cheap. You also get these diamond quilted leather seats just like a Bentley.
Another thing you don't usually get, which you have definitely noticed, is this 9-inch touchscreen display, which is the biggest in the segment. It is connected to a 6-speaker audio system that pumps out decent audio quality. It comes with 360 surround view monitor and it supports Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as well. The steering wheel comes from the Outlander, which is nice and very comfortable to hold. It doesn't come with pedal shifters. Middle cluster has a digital screen in the middle, a 4.2-inch screen to show you your driving stats.
Now, dash cam, it comes free as standard with the car, which is great because, like I always say, it is important to have one to keep an eye on all these crazy fellas on the road. So that's a nice touch, Mitsubishi. Climate control settings area is very direct and it's super easy to use, except for one thing though. These icons on these buttons, they're a bit small for the size of the buttons, don't you think? Or is it just me with my OCD-ness? Anyway, you get two USB ports down here for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and a USB charging port, 12-volt socket, some compartment over here. Gear lever looks normal. This one, old school handbrake. Two cup holders, a pretty decent space right in the middle. Now, let me find out from my passengers what they think of the second row and the third row seats. So, how is it like? I'm 1.75 meters tall. It is actually quite spacious back here. In fact, it has the longest wheelbase as compared to its competitors. Right. How about third row seat? I think it fits an adult's best as compared to others, if you ask me. Well, I can actually grant him more space if it's nice to me by moving forward, or if I think he doesn't deserve it, I can have all the space to myself. Actually not bad. The beige roof lining brightens up the whole interior. But one thing though, back here it doesn't have charging ports. I have 12-volt socket, but I may or may not share with him. It's okay. I share with you, okay? I have my own blower here. It sucks in air from the front and I can control the fan speed. Oi, bro! It wasn't me. As for boot space, as usual with the third row seats up, you don't get a lot of space. For small luggages maybe, if you need more space, just remove two passengers, fold these seats and you get double the space. If you need more space, you know the drill, remove another three passengers, fold those seats down, you get a large flat bed area. Now, to the things I don't quite like about this car. The screen for the head unit looks really crisp and sharp, especially when you are in Apple CarPlay mode. It looks really nice. However, the visuals for the 360 surround view monitor looks like it's from Doom. You know, the video games you used to play 20 years ago in your 486 CPU. Yeah, it's quite poor. But it works and it can be very helpful as well. There were a few times that I had to stop at the roadside because it doesn't come with a boot cover, which means when your third row seats are down, whatever you have back here, your precious goods will be very visible. Which now leads me to the things I like about this car: secret compartments. There are some under the boot, and there's another one under the front passenger seat. On top of that, this car comes with 12 cup holders and plenty of storage spaces. You get it here, 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 and here, at the door, that door, this door and that door over there, these back pockets, here, 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 another set over there. Now at the back, you get it here, 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 and the entire set over there. Power suit! Other than folding down all the seats to get a huge flatbed area, there are a few seats configuration that you can play with. To store thin and long things, long and wide things, tall things. So basically, the right configuration is up to your imagination. This little people carrier is powered by a humble, naturally aspirated 1.5 litre 4-cylinder MIVEC engine with a 4-speed automatic gearbox, sending 105 horsepower and 141 Nm of torque to the front wheels. In terms of fuel consumption, you should be able to get about 7 to 8 litres per 100 km or about 14 to 15 km per litre. On the safety side of things, the Xpander only comes with 2 airbags. It also comes with other safety features such as active stability control, ABS, EPD, brake assist, brake override system, and hill start assist. Yeah, let us just start with the big butt of this car. You've heard it, it only comes with 2 airbags. According to Mitsubishi, it's because this car was developed from ground up for the Indonesian market, which is their major market. Then only other ASEAN countries like Malaysia take this car, which was already engineered for the Indonesian market. So I guess there is limitation to what you can do to the car. Like, you can't just add on more airbags as and when you want. It just doesn't work that way.
So keeping the price of this car low would be the only reason I can think of for only having driver and front passenger side airbags, which is actually a norm in this segment. In Indonesia, the ever popular Avanza, Mobilio, BRV, Ertiga, Livina, all with 2 airbags.
Except for Toyota Rush, which is the Perodua Arus. Perhaps maybe after you have found out that this car actually drives pretty well, you will then forgive and forget the shortcomings. To be honest, I was expecting a very dull drive. You know, underpowered, numb steering wheel, very bad ride. Basically just a very kosong drive. Sorry Mitsubishi, but I was wrong. This car drives as good as it looks. For a start, from the inside, the visibility is great. With a high seating position, you get this sense of control. When you're driving alone or with another passenger, the power delivery is actually very decent for a 1.5 litre engine in a car this size. And when you want to squeeze more out of it, it's actually very willing. It will just pull whenever you need it without hesitation. You get a great throttle feel, responsive, and that power delivery is actually smooth.
The 4-speed automatic gearbox responds quickly and it can hold the revs well when I need it. And it doesn't sound like you're butchering the car. I prefer a competent 4-speed automatic than a squealing CVT, to be honest.
Speaking of squealing, this cabin is actually well insulated too, which is quite surprising for a car in this segment. They use thicker glass for the windows, thicker roof lining, and thicker carpet for the floor. The way it absorbs bumps, just manned up bro. It's got to do with that high performance shock absorber valves from the Evo 10. It has this nice doop whenever you run over a pothole. It doesn't feel like you have left an absorber behind. The way it handles better than my Serena. Just like its other siblings, like the Triton and the Outlander, it gives you this sense of sure-footedness. When you go fast over undulations and around bends, it's a great feeling. It makes you feel like it's planted. The steering wheel comes together very well as well. It's not too light, it's not too heavy like it's fake. It's just nice. Even for a car this height, whenever you take it up to speed, you actually feel confident with it. It doesn't give you that floaty feeling, like how a Cantonese uncle would say, "Wow, holding wo," or it just means, "Wow, so stable." However, the taking up to speed part does take a while. Maklum lah, 105 horsepower only, kan? And because it has only 4 gears, whenever you take it up to 100 km per hour or over 120 km per hour, the engine stays on the high rev range. And at times when you need to travel with 6 other passengers with luggages, going up Genting, like what Fitra said, it will struggle a bit. But on the bright side, when it's trying to get you there, you can sense that refinement in the cabin. The NVH in here is great, which makes the drive pleasant. So my advice to you is, just take it slow and enjoy the drive with your loved ones.
Even though we are sad to see Mitsubishi discontinue the legendary Lancer Evolution nameplate to focus on MPVs, SUVs and pickups due to market demand and shift, it is good to see how the years of experience from rallying scene trickle down to these family-oriented vehicles. Such refinement by Mitsubishi in ride quality and driving feel has just raised the bar for others that have long been in this segment.
It's actually very hard to explain. You just have to go and try it yourself. For a people carrier in this price point, it does feel like it's very well put together. It's unexpected. You gotta just go experience yourself. Let the car express itself to you. It is not very expensive. Is it exclusive? Will it make you feel like an executive? So, is this car for you? Well, if you're looking for a handsome, practical and a smooth people carrier that drives relatively well for a segment like this, and you don't want to spend anything more than 95,000 ringgit, then yes, this is the car for you. But if you think, It's neither an MPV or an SUV, and you do have more budget to spend on a higher segment MPV or SUV, then probably not. If you want to find out more about this Mitsubishi Xpander, do log on to AutoBuzz.my. If you like our video, do give us a thumbs up, share and subscribe to our channel by clicking on the logo or the subscribe button below. And I know you guys have been eyeing on my t-shirt. You can get it now at AutoBuzz.shop because it looks exclusive and it's not expensive and it is extravagant. Yeah, it's also Xpander. Get it now, AutoBuzz.shop. Because it has only 4 wheels, let's say 4 wheels. This silver covered with this, woo,